channel. Long time no see. Just got back from Chick-fil-A. I don't think I've been to Chick-fil-A in over a year. So, I've been meaning to try. I went to the website, randomly, and they have this maple bacon pepper chicken sandwich, and you would think that that's spicy, but then that's the basic sandwich, and then you can get, I saw the picture. That was like, it was just pan fried or baked. So they asked me if I wanted spicy, so I got spicy. So let's take a look. I got that sandwich. I got waffle fries, large waffle fries, large mac and cheese, and a sweet iced tea, large sweet iced tea. And it came to over $27. Oh, and a brownie. Here's the brownie. Here's the sandwich. Spicy. Wow, the mac and cheese is large. Large mac and cheese. Fork. This is basically for all the fast food places. I don't know what sauces are. Contrary to what you might think, I don't go to these places that I have, my favorite sauces. So I said, he asked me if I wanted a sauce. I said, Chick-fil-A sauce. Waffle fries. So, I don't know if this is country across the U.S., but this Chick-fil-A, it has 2 drive-through aisles. It's a relatively new building, maybe 5 years old now. It was a big deal when it opened up. So the one thing I didn't do was turn my phone off. But so it's sort of treating myself, because I just did as sloppy a repair as it is. I just repaired my car for $60, and how do I go about losing a straw that I just had in my hand? How do I do that? Oh, it's right in front of me. So there's no ice in the iced tea. It's kind of a little bit cold. What's got a wrap around it? Do they always do that? Wow. It's got a nice chunk of cheese on it. Let's see what we got going on here. There's the bacon, cheese, lettuce. I don't see any tomato, but I guess I can smell the maple. It is maple bacon, but how you're supposed to put your sauce on. So I had this transmission fluid leak coming from underneath the radiator. And then I found, I thought, initially I thought it was going to be this huge, expensive thing. You know how cars always know when you we're at that critical point where 7 days a week there's leaf blowers going. Might as well move to the city, it's quieter. They don't have lawns in the city, so there's no leaf blowers. This smells really good. I can tell you that much. I guess I got my money's worth with the iced tea, since there's no ice. So I decided to take a look at all this transmission fluid leaking. I thought it was going to be, how they use the radiator also has compartments for not just the the antifreeze or the engine cooling. It also has a compartment for the transmission fluid cooling. So it's the hose. There's this solid rigid pipe that goes that's mounted to the shroud of the radiator that connects the hoses going from the engine to the radiator, from the radiator to the pump, the way it circulates. So I just had a glass of water, and I think about 11:30 I went out. The sun is just beating down. It wasn't hot. It's supposedly 73 now, or the high of 78, but no way. That sun was just wasn't a cloud in the sky. It was like you're under a magnifying glass. That's very cheesy. So here's the sandwich. Like I said, I'm not exactly a fan of the waffle fries. Been meaning to open up my ketchup. 10 minutes. Are you kidding me? I don't know where to start here. So didn't somebody else do this, like Wendy's or something? Somebody else had a maple bacon. Oh yeah, Yeah, so at the drive-thru, they've got the people with the tablets. And then, like, because I don't go there that often, it's been over a year probably, he gave me my total, and I started driving away. And I'm thinking, I was just looking in my side mirror. I'm like, is he following me? Because was I supposed to give him a card or something in the cash? So I started pulling forward, just slowly gauging his reaction. And then when it takes a turn, at that corner they have a little temporary like shack. And there was a woman standing there. And she repeated the total, and I gave her the cash. But I wasn't certain for a second there. Okay, I can taste definitely taste the maple, and it is spicy. No tomato though. There's pickle on the bottom, under the lettuce. So, I couldn't get the bracket bolts off of the radiator housing. One of them snapped off. So I just said, you know what? I have zip ties. I can just mount this assembly to the old assembly, leave the old assembly in place. That's what I did. And Chick-fil-A was also not just a treating myself for my repair, but also a test run. Let's make sure I fixed the leak. It seems to be fixed. This metal tube assembly had a bracket where the two tubes were welded together, and that section is closest, mounted to the radiator, closest to the roadway. So let's catch a lot of salts and corrosion. So one of those tubes corroded through, sprung a leak. It's interesting that they opted to have this metal rigid tubing in between the two sections of hose instead of one, just two long hoses. They could have secured somewhere. I got the part off of eBay. It was $39. And then with shipping, it came to like $60 total. Oh, I didn't turn the refrigerator off. Just came on again. Whoops. That almost went off the plate. I wasn't certain if it was going to be a good idea to go to Chick-fil-A on a Friday around 4 o'clock. But it wasn't busy. So I think a lot of people have already left for a long 4th of July holiday. That's why I thought, if people are going on road trips, they're finding out that they need to have their cars fixed, that the repair places are probably busy, if not closed early also for the 4th of July. I tried to call my local Toyota parts department. No answer. Then it goes to voicemail. And then the voicemail says that the inbox is full. I think there was a bolt or a nut pressed. There was a nut maybe on the other side or pressed into the shroud, and then the bolt came in on the other side, and it's all corroded. There's no way. I went counterclockwise from the back, so it's clockwise. Yeah, you go like that. I'm turning the ratchet this way because I'm looking at it, but from the back side, it's counterclockwise. The other one I couldn't even get a ratchet on a socket on because it was all corroded. So this is the one that broke off. I wouldn't be surprised if they made it so you had to do it clockwise to get it off. Oh man. I like the mac and cheese. I don't know. I seem to recall. Maybe it was because I had the fried one. They're not as moist as they used to be, I think. sauce sort of reminds me of a Russian dressing, spicy Russian dressing. I've been making my own iced tea. A couple of, what's that measuring cup I have? I think it's a 6 cup measuring cup, but I fill that up with water. I boil it in the microwave. I put 2 tea bags in it, sugar, and then I bought some lemons. And then I just let that steep for a while. Then I fill a glass up with ice, and then I pour, to get it iced up quick, I pour it over a glass of ice. I mix the lemon in. Wow. For someone who didn't eat anything all day, I'm stuffed. I guess it was the mac and cheese. I thought about getting a salad from them, but I didn't, of course. Yeah, I'm not a fan of waffle fries. I went to Shaw's the other day and picked up a couple of things, and then I picked up, I don't know, I started buying this deodorant, Tom's deodorant of Maine, right? So they had this size. I don't know what the prices were, but then they've changed it to this. I looked all over the rack for this, but they didn't have it. It was this new package. So no, it isn't taller. It's the same height. In fact, it's a little lower. That's interesting. If I'm looking in the viewfinder or in the LCD, this looks taller than this. I think it's because this is hiding in my shirt because of the darker color. I put them down. This one's actually taller. 28 ounces. Wait a minute. ounces. But this one says 3.25 ounces. Am I reading that? 2.8. Yeah, 2.8. Because this one says 79 grams. And this one here says 92 grams. Well, I can't. They're not both brand new. Anyways, the cashier goes, oh, did you ever go to that? Oh, she goes, oh, they used to have a shop up in Maine. And where they sold like, Maine or New England type of trinkets. And I'm like, the same people that make this? She says, yes. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. So she says, yeah, I bought these. I always buy the aluminum free stuff. So I started buying this donor. And anyways, she goes, they stopped giving away free samples because of COVID. She says, if you notice, nobody gives free samples away anymore. And I had like a aha moment. I'm like, I never thought about that. She could be wrong, maybe in other states, but I haven't seen anybody in a supermarket giving away, they give away like feel free. Some manufacturer has like these little cocktail hot dogs or cheese whiz on a cracker. Somebody's, Ritz crackers or some cheese company selling something. They don't do that anymore. So that's one of the casualties of this new era, post-virus. I never thought about that. I thought that was interesting. But, what was I going to say? Yeah, I forget. So what's your experience? Have you noticed people giving away free samples? If anything, I still see people with masks on. But, yeah. I went to Chick-fil-A. I took a side street, Washington Street, and they have one of those speed monitoring signs, and I got a thumbs up. But I was stuck in traffic, so I couldn't go fast anyways. And I thought about that Family Guy episode where he's driving along and the sign is monitoring people's speed, and when it checks his speed, it says fat. So he gets all dejected and drives off a cliff. And then the car blows up. I would have done the same thing if it said fat, but it gave me a thumbs up. So, another strange thing happened to me. I caught there was a groundhog eating all my plants in the yard. So I have a heart gauge that I bought years ago. It's all rusted, but it still works. And surprisingly, I caught the groundhog the night. It took less than a day, I think, or overnight. Maybe it was that morning. I didn't even put any bait in it or anything like that. I've tried, and I've never, like with apples or something like that. So I caught the groundhog and I decided to release it. But I think the last time I did it was like several years ago. And maybe I did it during the daytime. I tried to do it on the down low. But I release it as a little place to pull over on this wooded road. And as I'm going up the road, I see this guy jogging, and he's got a backpack on. And I think he's weighted, so he's making the jog more difficult. But I could tell by the distance he's from, when I pass him, that when I pull over and get to the trunk, that at that point is when he's going to be right there. So I didn't try to delay anything. As soon as I pulled over, I got out, went to the trunk, popped the trunk, took the cage out. As soon as I did that, he's right there jogging by me, just as I release the groundhog. And out of nowhere he goes, "Thank you for the good work you're doing." And I just stood there like, what? I didn't say anything to him. I don't know, it was just a strange thing I thought to say. Do you think I was a biologist or something? I mean, he didn't say thanks for releasing the, I don't know, I just thought it was odd. So, yeah, hopefully that repair is going to last. I noticed there was some drops in the driveway. When I came back, I noticed them. I'm like, was that when I pulled out? Because I think there was residual fluid in the bottom of the radiator. It's sort of like a metal frame that was catching some of the fluid before it leaks out. Because I tried to go in there with a paper towel and clean up everything that was caught in the middle underneath the leak. And I looked at the absorption. It looked like it was absorbed for, that hour that I was away. It wasn't fresh when I just pulled into the driveway. It had already absorbed into the asphalt into the driveway. So I hope that doesn't eat away the driveway. Oh, I was going to eat my 10 minutes into the resetting of the camera. Now when I pulled into the driveway, I was all dejected because the leaf blower was going. I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. But I think he was just finishing up. Yes, a Chick-fil-A as the person with a tablet right there at the drive-thru, at the kiosks. And then before you take the turn to go to the side of the building where they have the windows, the woman takes your money. And then when you get to the window, I think they have like one of those double barn doors. So they can keep the top open, but then they can also open the bottom too, so it's just one big opening. And there was a manager there. I'm assuming a manager, and he was talking to two employees about the whole process and how to improve it, I think. And I did not drive away. I opened up the bag. I made sure I got my brownie. It looked, I didn't count everything specifically, but it looked like everything was in the bag. disappointed I couldn't get that part off. I mean, it was just two bolts in plastic. That's why I'm thinking that there was a bolt or a nut on the other side in the plastic. I think I would have been charged $500 to do that repair. Or who knows, they probably would have told me I needed to get a brand new radiator or a replacement radiator assembly. Wow, what a mess. Well, thanks everyone for stopping by. That was the Chick-fil-A maple bacon pepper chicken sandwich. I keep on forgetting that they have the sandwich and you can get the unbreaded, what do they call that, baked, or you can get the fried, the deep fried one. I wanted the one without the breading on it. Like, that's the picture that was on the website. Excuse me. I got some of that, bought kitty litter a long time ago, just for that purpose of absorbing any spills on the driveway from engine fluids. So I'll check for any spots again, now that's been sitting out there for an hour. And, yeah, like I said, I think I fixed it. I told the woman that took my money after she gave me the change, I said, I'm treating myself. I just repaired my car for only $60. I had a transmission fluid leak. And her response was sort of like how someone talks to like a child or something like that. That was sort of the impression I got. Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, I'm old. They can't relate to me. It's like if somebody 100 years of age was talking to me. You know, it's like, what's the word? I forget the word, not condescending. After a certain age or whatever, you sort of become invisible, right? Can't think of the word I'm thinking of. Trying to think of. When you just be polite with someone. Thank you for your comments. I gotta start putting the energy into replying to the comments. and show you that I appreciate your continued support. So thanks again. If you want, until next video. Appreciate your continued support. Thanks for using the Amazon affiliate link in the description. Thanks to all my PayPal contributors, and until next video, everyone. Have a nice, safe, still got a couple of days to go, 4th of July. Stay safe. Drive carefully if you're going anywhere. And make sure you end up with the same amount of fingers after the 4th of July as going into it. Was I watching something? I know I seen one where people pouring gas on a pile of debris and then throwing a match on it and being completely surprised by the explosion that ensues. How do you spell ensue? Someone else was, oh yeah, there was this video, must have been on Facebook. Guy was lighting an old cannon somewhere in a Middle Eastern country or Asian country or something like that. And I'm like, this doesn't look like it's going to end well. And it took forever. Nothing was happening. And then when it blew up, I think the cannon became like a rocket. Something went just straight up. And everybody ran. But at first it was like they just shoved gunpowder into the whatever, and then the part that takes the fuse, the flame was just coming out of that like a blowtorch for the longest period of time, and it looked like that's all it was going to do. And then it blew up unexpectedly. Well, thanks again, everyone. Till next video, I'll stop rambling. Bye. Thanks for watching.